Let's continue with the lesson for Unit 5, Day 10, History and Historiography of Women in Africa and the Americas. Zinsser argues that women have not written the histories, and therefore have not been viewed as integral to history. As a result, women become silent and invisible. Zinsser also claims that when women are given attention in history, it is usually when they are compared to men in the same roles. This leads to stereotypes. Applying Zinsser's argument to the analysis of sources in history could radically change the way that women are studied and understood by historians. If we approach the analysis of sources and context with a critical lens that is focused on women, we will look at people, events, and trends differently. In the process, we may discover people, events, and trends that we never saw before. We will now model how to use the critical lens of feminist history to the analysis of Cihuateotl sculpture, a primary source from Aztec history that is believed to be from the 15th or early 16th century. This analysis process involves looking closely at the source/artifact, reading the accompanying text that describes the historical and geographic context of the source/artifact, and using these three parts of the interpretation tool to think about the source/artifact using the lens of feminist history. Sourcing the document. What is the point of view and the purpose for creating the sculpture? Contextualization. How might the time and place of the sculpture's creation play a role in how you understand it? Feminist history lens. What do we hear women saying in the source? What do we see women doing in the source? What do women think of the source? Cihuateotl sculpture, Aztec, 15th or early 16th century. Accompanying text about Cihuateotl sculpture. You may wish to pause this video to read through this source. And next we have the modeling to answer the questions sourcing the document, contextualization, and feminist history lens for Cihuateotl sculpture. Now, for the independent work section of this lesson, you will use feminist history as a lens to analyze one of the two sources, your choice, provided using the adapted interpretation tool. The two sources are female figurine, Inca, and Queen Mother pendant mask, Ioba. First, look closely at the image. Then, read the accompanying text. Lastly, respond to the prompts from the adapted interpretation tool in the blue space provided after the source. Female figurine, Inca. Accompanying text for female figurine, Inca. Queen Mother pendant mask, Ioba, early 16th century. Accompanying text for Queen Mother pendant mask, Ioba, early 16th century. Then choose if you would like to complete the tool for the female figurine Inca or for the Queen Mother pendant mask. You may wish to pause this video here to complete that work. Finally, to wrap up, to close the lesson, respond briefly in writing to the following prompt using the blue space provided. Feminist history is a powerful source of new learning because it challenges us to view what we think we knew differently and challenges us to discover voices that have been silenced and people who have been invisible. Now think, what are other voices that are silenced and people who are hidden in history? Name one new lens we could use to learn history and describe its significance.